Okay, rough day. Credit to Jacksonville. They outplayed us, outcoached us. We'll learn from it. We'll get better. We'll pick ourselves up off the mat. It's early in the season. Obviously, a very poor showing in every way. We got to learn from it and move on.
Frank, at this point, it doesn't even seem like it's about talent. It's sloppy, listless. Why?
Yeah, it was not a good effort out there today. It was not good. We'll go back and look at the film, evaluate it play by play, evaluate the schemes. We'll evaluate the schemes. We'll evaluate everything. Evaluate plays, schemes, everything, top to bottom.
Why haven't you guys been able to play like? It just feels like it's unmotivated so far. Do you feel that from the team? Why do you think you haven't been able to get the team to go?
I actually don't feel unmotivated. I certainly respect the fact that's what it seems like. If you would feel what it feels like during the week, unmotivated is not what a word that you would characterize what our weeks are like, what this last week was like. Coming off our performance last week, the intensity at practice was at an all-time high. The intensity in meetings last night, honestly, I mean, it's not about speeches or anything, but the intensity of the meetings last night, the ferocity of the players all week long, coaches wanting to get back on track. So I don't feel it's a lack of motivation. I just feel it's a lack of, we got out-coached and we got outplayed.
It's a weird week with the Michael Pittman Jr. injury and then not having him. But so what was the challenge like of sort of adjusting the game plan to not having him, and how do you get this to a point where you can have a good passing game without him?
Yeah, obviously we didn't know we weren't going to have him until later in the week. So, and we thought we were going to have him, and then it just didn't work out. So, we didn't. We just made a few small adjustments. Our passing game, even if we knew earlier in the week, I don't think it would have changed much. It was just a question who we're going to put in what role. I thought Ashton stepped up, made a couple plays today in Pitt absence, but we were not in offense in the first half. We just were not productive on first and second down. I mean, we got nothing. Every time we just couldn't get a completion. We couldn't run the ball on first or second down. It seemed like in the first half every run was 2 yards. And usually when we're humming, we're effective on first and second down. And we just ended up in a lot of third and longs today. Put a lot of pressure on our O-line.
Do you need to make changes on the offensive line?
We just, like I said, we'll evaluate everything, right? Everything gets evaluated, top to bottom. Coaches, players, I get evaluated, everybody gets evaluated.
Well,
sorry.
Are you surprised, though, about the performance of that unit? I know clearly your left tackle was always going to be a little bit of a question, but the rest of those guys, less so.
Yeah, I mean, last week against we played a really good front last week, and I thought they played good. We had a lot of yards rushing, a lot of yards passing. This week, we didn't play well. So, one of the things I said to the guys in there, and it doesn't make anybody feel any better, but I think I've been around long enough to know that as pathetic as that was today, where that is and where we need to be, the distance is not that far. It's not that far because we got the guys, the players, and coaches to do it. So I know that doesn't play outside in the outside world, and I'm fine with that. We'll take our medicine, I'll take my medicine, and we'll just keep doing what we do.
So much was supposed to change after last season. You bring in Matt Ryan, you bring in Gilmore. Why does it feel the same as it did in January here in Jacksonville?
Yeah, I mean, we're 2 games into it. We're 0-1-1. We're 2 games into it, and we're 0-1-1. It's a long season. And we'll take our medicine for the pathetic performance today, coaches and players, and, we'll see how things stacking up.
Did you anything you can put your finger on? Are there any common themes of the slow starts in each of the first 2 weeks?
Again, I'll go back and look at this one. I mean, we talked about what it was last week. So go back and look at this one. Why, on offense, why the lack of production on first and second down? I'll have to go back and look at it and break it down play by play.
Did Mr. Something say to you guys in the locker room?
No.
How would you assess Matt Ryan throughout just these first 2 games, particularly today? I know the first throw looked like it was just a bad decision, honestly.
No, there's a little miscommunication. I felt like on the play, we got the coverage we wanted, and just a little bit of a miscommunication between he and Ashton on the play. You know, that is, obviously, that's one that Ashton's not normally in there in that play. You know, that's, you know, but, you know, we just didn't make it. You know, we were just a little bit off on the timing of it. And we're a little bit off on the timing, and Matt was kind of holding it, waiting for him to break, and it just kind of didn't quite break when he thought it was going to break, and he had to let it go, and unfortunately ended up in an interception.
Is he all right? I know he wasn't in there for the last drive, and he went down and kind of.
Yeah, as far as I know, he's fine.